So in this class, we'll be discussing about non-experimental design. So what is non-experimental design? What is the need for it, and some basics of it. Then we'll get into types. Now, as the name suggests, यहाँ पर you are not doing any experimentation altogether. ठीक है, this research design will lack manipulation, especially manipulation of independent variable. Now, the researcher wants to study what occurs naturally or what has occurred, how variables are related naturally without performing any experimentation altogether. So, यहाँ पर आप कोई भी कंट्रोल ग्रुप्स नहीं लगाएंगे, रैंडमाइजेशन नहीं रहेगा, you will not have manipulation of independent variable. Non-experimental design essentially will not have any experiment altogether. And what settings can you do non-experimental design? What is the need of doing it non-experimental design? Now, there are many independent variables which you cannot manipulate. Okay? For ethical reasons, practical reasons, or for literal reasons, there will be certain this thing independent variables that you cannot manipulate, and you cannot find out the relations between that independent variable which you are not able to manipulate and dependent variables because of that independent variable. Now, आप कहाँ पर यूज नहीं कर सकते इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल को कहाँ पर मैनिपुलेट नहीं कर सकते आई गिव यू a few scenarios. One is let's suppose the research question or research hypothesis is about a single variable. ठीक है, it's not about two variables. It does not talk about the relationship between two variables, but it is talking only about one variable. एक ही variable independent variable के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. Example, how accurate are first impressions, people's first impressions. यहाँ पर खाली एक ही वेरिएबल है, ठीक है. दैट वेरिएबल विल बी द पर्सन ऑन whom you have an impression, ठीक है. How accurate they are, आप वो मालूम करना बोले तो you cannot exactly do an experimental study. There cannot be an independent variable that is causing the dependent variable to change. You only have one variable that is the impression of some person. So this is a category where there is only a single variable and there is no relationship between two variables. Yeah, फिर another scenario is the research question can be about non-causal statistical relation between variables. For example, there is no cause between them as such. Causal relationship नहीं है. जैसा है, is there a correlation between verbal intelligence and mathematical intelligence? Is there a relationship between verbal and mathematical intelligence? ठीक है, यहाँ पर जो है it is about non-causal statistical relationship. These two might not exactly have a causal relationship between each other at all. In the sense that if someone is good at verbal relationship, they might be good at mathematical intelligence, they might not, or it might be just the same. ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ proper relationship establish करना मुश्किल है between verbal and mathematical intelligence. There are two different scenarios. या फिर let's suppose the research question is about causal relationship, but what is happening is independent variable cannot be manipulated or participants cannot randomly be assigned to condition. Okay. For example, does damage to your brain lead to impairment in formation of long-term memories? Okay. Specifically, does hippocampal damage, hippocampus is the region in your brain that is responsible for memory, so hippocampal damage hua, does it lead to impairment in function of long-term memory traces? As a situation में आप causal relationship clearly नहीं बोल सकते because the extent of damage, the extent of recovery, कैसा डैमेज हुआ और अदर फैक्टर्स बीइंग इन्वॉल्व, वो पूरा आप प्रेडिक्ट नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है, so it is difficult to even start to comprehend how the this thing manipulated, how the independent variable will be manipulating the dependent variable. तो ऐसे कॉम्प्लेक्स सिनारियोस में जो है आप नॉन एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन यूज करेंगे. Right. Now, what do you do in non-experimental design? First of all, we'll talk about the types of non-experimental design. यहाँ पर आप कोई भी formal experimental study नहीं कर रहे होगे. Keep that in mind. Now, coming to types of non-experimental design. There are essentially four types of non-experimental design. Okay. We have descriptive design, correlational design, correlational, correlational design, developmental design, and survey design. Okay. Each of them have their own subtypes. We'll discuss one after the other once we do steps of non-experimental design. So these are the basic four types of non-experimental design. Now we'll look at what are the steps involved in non-experimental design. Just steps in experimental design देखे थे आप एक experiment को hypothesize कर रहे हैं, problem statement दे रहे हैं, experiment design कर रहे हैं, methodology दे रहे हैं, population select कर रहे हैं, experiment run कर रहे हैं, you are analyzing the data and you are finally giving the result. The same way यहाँ पर non-experimental research में भी थोड़े steps रहते हैं. Okay. The first step will be the same, determine research problem. Research problem or hypothesis to be tested. Either way, आप कोई hypothesis test करना चाह रहे हैं या कोई specific research problem को answer करना चाह रहे हैं. Now this will require make the claim of cause and effect. It might even include identifying or mediating, modifying variables. You might have certain variables that you might have to modify, or you might have to identify, or you might have to mediate. तो आपको वो करना पड़ता. पहले research की एक problem, you have to come up with a research problem. What is the problem that you can research about? First of all, that then select the variables. Select the variables that you will be using in a study. Now, in this, especially in non-experimental design, you will also include a special type of variable. Now, you have come across two types of variables: independent and dependent variable, right? There is another type of variable called control variable. There are other types as well, but there is another third type of variable called control variables. Control variables जो है, how should I put it? They do not change. No matter what, they will not change. So they are constant in a way, control variable. For example, if you are performing the experiment in a room, the temperature of that room will generally be the control variable. Okay? या फिर if you are performing the study between independent and dependent variable and you're trying to find the causal relationship between them. Let's suppose you're doing it for a defined amount of time. Let's suppose you do it for 7 hours or 8 hours a day. That time will be the control variable. That is a variable that you are controlling, and that is the variable that you do not change. Okay. So those are some variables. You'll always have independent variable, dependent variable, and the control variable in this. Okay. This will help. Control variables will help you or help the researcher specifically exclude some alternative explanations. Okay. Alternative explanations का मतलब क्या था? Let's suppose you are performing a study at a particular temperature. ठीक है? You are performing some study. Let's suppose you are performing a study based on psychosis in patients. Example. ठीक है? And you maintain the room temperature at 24 degrees centigrade. Now that is a fairly comfortable temperature for most people to stay at, 24 to 25, let's suppose. Okay. So you cannot assume that psychosis or any mood alteration in the patient can be caused because of temperature variance. ये temperature को आप control कर रहे हैं. Now sometimes what happens is if the temperature is very hot or very cold, that might cause a psychotic episode or that might cause irritation in people. अब यहाँ पर because you are controlling the temperature and you are not changing it, that will become a control variable which will you are excluding the same possibility that temperature can be a variable which can cause any change in the patient. So ऐसे रहते control variables. Then we have third one, collect the data. Okay. Once you've selected the variables, control the data. You will generally perform a longitudinal study, meaning you are collecting longitudinal data. Data is collected at more than one point. So आप let's suppose day 1 पे collect कर रहे हैं, then day 3 पे collect कर रहे हैं, day 5 पे collect कर रहे हैं, ऐसा different points पे collect कर रहे हैं data, and it is helpful in establishing order, in the sense time ordering of independent and dependent variable. Okay, especially if you are interested in showing a cause and effect kind of situation. अगर इसके कॉज की वजह से वो इफेक्ट आया बोल के आप दिखाना चाह रहे हैं, तो लॉन्गिट्यूडनल स्टडीज विल बी हेल्पफुल. उसमें आप डेटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, आप डेटा भी जो कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं वो लॉन्गिट्यूडनल मैनर में कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं. मतलब आप ये एक टाइम पे कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं डेटा, फिर थोड़े दिनों बाद फिर कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं डेटा, देन थोड़े दिनों बाद फिर कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं डेटा, एंड यू आर सीइंग द इफेक्ट ऑफ द वेरिएबल्स ऑन द सब्जेक्ट. Then we'll be analyzing data. So you use statistical tools in this, statistical control techniques, to rule out any alternative explanation, alternative situation which might have led to your result. Then you finally interpret the data. Interpret the results. Okay. These are conclusions of cause and effects. Now, in non-experimental data, conclusions of cause and effects are much more weaker compared to experimental research, because experimental research may you have much more stricter conditions altogether. Because there is randomization, there is control, there is manipulation of variables. वो पूरा रहता है, तो आपको जो डेटा भी आता है, रिजल्ट्स आता है, वो ज्यादा अच्छा एक्सप्लेन करते हैं what is the cause and effect between variables. In non-experimental design, you will not see as strong, cause and effect, especially because you are not able to manipulate variables. You are not able to manipulate independent variables, especially. Okay, so those are the 5 main steps that are involved in non-experimental design. Now we'll look at survey. We'll start off with survey. Survey research design. Okay. Now, survey is something it is used to describe attitude, your opinion, behavior, or characteristics of a group. Now, this is a method in which you're collecting information by asking questions. Either you're asking the question directly or you're asking the question indirectly. Now, you can administer any survey in 2 ways. Okay, one way is that at that moment in time, over a cross section. मतलब you are intending to describe current practices, or you are trying to evaluate a program or activity. Okay, how well the participants are involved in that particular situation. For example, there is a let's suppose there is some event going on, and you are performing a survey, trying to find out how well those participants are enjoying that event, or do they want to participate in that event, or what is happening to them in that event. That is one way of getting a survey. Then over a length of time with the same population, okay, to find out changes in opinion, in the sense that let's suppose there is a group of population who is undergoing or who is taking a class. Okay, let's suppose there is a group of population who are being taught some particular class, and you want to see what will happen over time about their opinion about that particular subject. Okay, so let's suppose week 1 में एक, let's suppose you are measuring their interest. तो week 1 में एक था, then week 2 में कुछ और रह सकता. It can improve or it can decrease or it can remain the same. ठीक है, जो अब over the length of time what you are doing is you are asking questions to that population and you are getting some data from them. ठीक है, this is happening over a longer period of time. That is another way of performing survey as such. Now, surveys will be of 3 types, and depending on the purpose of that survey, you will have 3 types. Okay, one type of survey will be descriptive survey. So you will have descriptive survey design based on that type. Okay, broad 3 categories. Then you will have other subcategories as well, but 3 main broader categories. One is descriptive or description survey design. Now, as the name suggests, इसका काम है describing things. Okay, this survey is conducted to discover something. For example, um, survey of hill tribes. Let's suppose there is a tribe of people on a hill, especially in the sub-Himalayan region, example, and you are trying to find out the occurrence of goiter. Okay, you are trying to find out through a survey what is the occurrence of goiter in hill tribes, right? And you go to, and their intensity as well, how intense those goiters are and how well distributed they are, how many people are getting affected and how much are they getting affected by goiter, if they are getting affected, that is, okay, in that particular population. So you are trying to describe certain phenomena. That will be a descriptive survey design. Then you have explorative survey design. ठीक है, एक्सप्लोरेटिव सर्वे डिजाइन में आप क्या कर रहे हैं, दिस कैन प्रोवाइड यू इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट समथिंग न्यू, इन द सेंस न्यू सिचुएशन और न्यू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या फिर न्यू ग्रुप. हाउ विल वन पर्टिकुलर, लेट्स सपोज हाउ विल अ न्यू ग्रुप हैंडल वन पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, आप उस पर सर्वे कर सकते हैं. लेट्स सपोज हाउ शुड आई पुट इट एग्जांपल, हाँ, let's suppose there is a study saying that some X drug is good for diabetes. Okay, let's suppose there are drugs for diabetes and X drug is good for diabetes. Let's suppose you go up to a group of population and tell them that no antihypoglycemics will work in diabetes from now on, or no antihypoglycemics will be manufactured in the country from now on. अब आप उनके मूड में जो चेंजेस आने वाले हैं उसको आप एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. मे बी समवन इज ऑलरेडी एट द रिस्क ऑफ डायबिटीज, और मे बी समवन हैज अ familial हिस्ट्री ऑफ डायबिटीज, और मे बी समवन इज हैप्पी दैट दे विल नेवर गेट डायबिटीज. अब जो भी नया सिचुएशन डेवलप हो रहा है उसको आप एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. दोज विल बी एक्सप्लोरेटिव सर्वे डिजाइन. ठीक है, यू आर टेकिंग देयर ओपिनियन एंड यू आर परफॉर्मिंग द स्टडी. Okay, then we have evaluative. ठीक है, evaluative survey design. Evaluative survey design में आप क्या कर रहे हैं, you are evaluating a particular process that already exists. Okay, so this kind of survey is something like a review. Okay, for example, evaluative survey design आप ऐसा कर सकते हैं. Imagine you are going into a hotel, restaurant, and there are about 30-40 people inside. Okay, you randomly pick some people. This is not randomization. Okay, you're just going up to people and you are trying to find out how good food is on that particular night. So let's suppose you go on a Sunday evening or Sunday dinner service. वो टाइम पे जाके you are trying to evaluate whether the food in that particular restaurant is good or not. ठीक है, या फिर आप कोई और process, you are trying to find out whether that particular process is efficient or not, and whether or not that process is working. That is what you are trying to evaluate essentially. Okay. When do you do survey as such? The concept of survey approach, see, you have to remember a few things. Survey is present oriented. You are doing it in the present. You are not doing it for a prospective or a retrospective approach. आप पुराना डेटा नहीं देख रहे हैं या फिर आप आगे का डेटा नहीं देखने वाले हैं. You are doing it in the present. Okay. Even if it is a longitudinal study where you are seeing it over time, it is always in the present. Okay. It is always present oriented and describes what already exists. That is one factor about survey. Okay, and it is one of the most oldest methods that is used for describing new situations or getting opinion out of people, or it provides a good quantitative description as well, because it is not aimed at discovering the cause of the phenomena. यहाँ पर causal relationship आप नहीं try कर रहे. What is causing this, वो आप try नहीं कर रहे. You are not trying to find a causal relationship between independent and dependent variables or variables altogether. You are just trying to describe what is already present and what is happening. Because of that, there is no experimentation as well. There are no experimental interventions involved. There is no experimentation altogether. ठीक है. Now, data collection जो है, that needs to be standardized, because in survey there can be a lot of bias. So whenever you are collecting data, it must be standardized so that you are able to reduce bias. All right. Now coming to types of surveys. Now there are several types of surveys. I'm only going to go through some of the important ones of survey. We have descriptive survey. Now, descriptive survey में क्या कर रहे हैं? You are observing and trying to describe and document certain aspects that are occurring naturally. Let's suppose you are describing, how should I put it? Increase in the mosquito population during monsoon. You are describing a phenomena which is already occurring naturally. Okay, there will be mosquitoes during monsoon and there will be a surge in the number of mosquitoes during monsoon. अब खाली एक प्रोसेस जो नेचुरली अकर कर रहा है उसको आप डिस्क्राइब करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. You are asking different people and suppose you go to different regions of a particular city and you are asking them, have you seen a surge in the number of mosquitoes that are present near your home or in your area, and has monsoon season affected it? That is one type of descriptive survey. Then there is explorative survey. Now, explorative survey में आप क्या कर रहे हैं? You are obviously trying to explore something that is already new. ठीक है, जो नया आकर हो रहा है उसको आप एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जो फिनोमेना हो रहा है उसको आप एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. You are trying to examine the qualitative aspects of data, how good that particular data is, or how good that phenomena is, that new phenomena. Then we have comparative survey. A comparative survey में you are comparing the results of a program, or you are comparing the results of two procedures or knowledge between two different groups, or the attitude of two people to one particular scenario. Let's suppose you are trying to find out the attitude of two groups of people. For example, how do Indians and Americans feel about the vaccine of COVID? ठीक है, so everyone will have their own opinion. So आप comparative survey कर रहे हैं. How many Indians do believe that the vaccine will work? How many Indians believe that the vaccine might not work? How many people might think that it will do more harm than good? ऐसा आप एक comparative survey कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. Then we have correlational survey. Correlational survey में you are trying to describe the relationship between two variables. ठीक है, this is not cause and effect. You are just trying to find the relationship between two variables. Sometimes you might infer cause and effect, but it is not a direct inference. You're not directly trying to tell this is causing this, because आप जितना जितना हो सके उतना आप जो independent and deviated variable है, you leave them alone. Okay, you're just trying to see what is happening naturally. Then there is evaluative survey. Now, this again, as I told you earlier, this will help you find out how a normal process is already occurring. If you have implemented a policy, has that policy helped people, or is it working, or is it detrimental? क्या हो रहा? That is evaluative survey. Maybe the government came up with a new rule and someone is trying to perform a survey, trying to find out whether that rule which has been implemented is good or not, or it has been appreciated or it has not been received very well, whatever it may be. That will be an evaluative survey. Then we have a Delphi survey. Delphi survey में क्या करते हैं? You are trying to solve problems. Now, in this, you will have a panel of experts about that particular subject. Let's suppose we have a bunch of doctors and you are trying to perform a survey on TB. And we have pulmonologists who are specifically specializing in tuberculosis, and you are performing a survey on them. Okay. You give questionnaires to those experts, generally 2 or more questionnaires, at least 2 questionnaires are given. Okay. Trying to find out their expert opinions, or they're trying to find out their prediction or judgment concerning a particular topic of interest. Now, the topic of interest can be tuberculosis or it can be any other topic of interest with respect to those experts. आप एक फील्ड के एक्सपर्ट्स को बुला रहे हैं and वो फील्ड के रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस उनको पूछ रहे हैं, and you are trying to find out information out of them. What is their opinion? What is the prediction about that particular phenomena? Things like that. Okay. Now, though it is time consuming, there are less chances of affecting each other's opinion in Delphi survey. ठीक है. One expert will generally not affect the other expert's opinion in a Delphi survey, within the survey itself. ठीक है. Later on they might talk and all, but as such in the survey they will know. Then we have time series design. Now this type of study is basically done to try to find out how a particular phenomena, or to study a phenomena, how it is evolving over time. For example, learning process, या physical development, या फिर healing in general. Time series design में आप क्या कर रहे हैं? Let's suppose you are trying to find healing, and let's suppose the experiment is how long does it take to heal comminuted fracture in patients below the age of 20 and above the age of 50, let's suppose, without any comorbidities. Now time series design dekh rahe. So how long does that healing occur altogether? Are there complications? Is there gender bias? मतलब एक gender में healing ज़्यादा जल्दी होता compared to other, or maybe they have some other condition, genetic condition that that is causing change in their healing process. ऐसा आप अलग अलग over time you're seeing what is happening to that particular phenomena in the person or in the subject. Okay, so those are some types of studies. You also have another very common and important type of study design called case study. Case study research. अब केस स्टडी रिसर्च में आप क्या करते हैं? You are looking at one particular specific set of individuals, and you are doing a very detailed analysis about that particular institution or community or group or that individual. For example, अगर आप population study कर, that is a type of case study design. Population study, as in, let's suppose you are performing a study on drug addicts, or you are performing a study on alcoholics, or you're performing a study on juvenile delinquents. ठीक है. अब कोई एक पर्टिकुलर फिनोमिना के बारे में बहुत डीपली स्टडी कर रहा है और उसको डिस्क्राइब करने की कोशिश कर रहा है. ठीक है. You are trying to give a detailed study on the subject's condition, their thoughts, their feelings, their actions, intentions, क्या environment में है वो. ठीक है. All of that, and you have to make sure that whenever you are doing a case study, you have to get the permission of that individual or that group beforehand. Okay, very important in these scenarios. So those are some of the types of survey designs. So you'll have more of them. Try to limit to them, as don't write all of them, because after exam generally you'll have a very long answer and survey will only be a small part of it. So that is why I'm also limiting the amount of information I'm giving to you. These are some of the common ones and some of the important ones. Okay, you'll have a few more, but itne bas hai. We'll do the other types of survey design tomorrow. All right.